Yeah, hi friends, this is Bakappa. In the last session of EasyRepro Automation Framework tutorial, we have discussed three important things. First one is I have discussed briefly about the EasyRepro Automation Framework, and the second thing I have discussed is how to get the working GitHub repository of EasyRepro Automation Framework. And finally, the third thing I have discussed is how to execute the first EasyRepro Automation Framework script. In this today's session, I will discuss a couple of things. The first one is when you are executing your script from the CICD pipeline, so which file you need to refer. And second thing I'll discuss about is about the MFA secret key. And third thing I'll discuss about how to select the different Dynamics 365 applications, CRM applications. And finally, I'll discuss about how to handle the text box. So we will take the simple example of one of the text box and where you will enter the data and finally you will save the record. So overall you will be learning how to create the record of any entity. So let us move on to the first topic for the today. So let me go to our framework now. So I'll close all this stuff. So first topic for the today is when you are executing your script from the CI/CD pipeline. So you need to update all the details. For example, username, password, CRM URL, and browser, and also you need to specify the MFS secret key also. Under the Microsoft.Dynamics 365.UI automation.sample project, so there is a folder called Azure DevOps. So under this, you need to go to the EasyRepro.runsettings file, and it come down, and here you can mention your all the details. Whatever the details we have mentioned in the app.config file, so all the details can be mentioned here, so that your pipeline will be picked for the script execution. And now I will move on to the MFS secret key, guys. So you can go to the google.com, then you can search for the EasyRepro GitHub. So you can go to this official GitHub repository of the Microsoft. So here you will see the github.com, then followed by Microsoft and EasyRepro. Click on this first link. If you come down, so you will find the MFA support. So this is very important, guys. When your user is enabled with the MFA, that is a multi-factor authentication. So you need to follow this all the steps, guys, from the step 1 to the step 12. So finally you will get the one secret key, so that can be used in the this particular attribute. So that's a MFA secret key. So let me tell you where you have to specify this particular secret key. Once you got the secret key, after following all these 12 steps, you will get the secret key. You need to go to the app.config file under the sample project. So if you come down here, so after mentioning all these details, username, password, and CRM URL, and at the end you will see the MFS secret key. So you need to specify the value for that, whatever the key you got. So when you are actually working or testing the any Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM application, obviously your account will be enabled with the MFA. That's a multi-factor authentication. So there is a mobile app called Authenticator. So every time when you log in into your application with the username and password, it will generate the OTP. So that will be sent to the Authenticator app, that is a mobile app. So same code has to be entered in the application, guys. So that is a manual process. To avoid that, so as we are performing automation testing, so no, there is you should not manually disturb the application, right? So when the script is getting executed, so every time you can't enter the OTP in the application while script is getting executed. So that's the reason. To avoid that situation, you need to specify this particular MFA secret key, guys. So it is very simple steps mentioned here. So just you need to follow these steps and it will generate one secret key for the MFA. So you can use that key in the app.config file. So that's it about the MFA. And let's move on to the how to handle the CRM applications. Let's go to the browser now. I have already logged in, guys. So by providing username and password now. So in our script, when we executed last time creating an account, so it was clicking on this particular module, that is a module or the service you would say, sales hub. When I go, if I go to the my script, that is create account under the UCI and create. Under this, you will see the create account.cs file. So here, so we have executed this particular script. So what it does, it logs in into the application by using the username, URL, username, password, and MFA. So these details will be fetched from your config file, guys, as just now I have discussed, right? In the app config file, we will be providing all the details. So after providing all these details, so application got logged in. Then, so there is an command called XRM app.navigation and open app. So if I go to this sales, here you are seeing the visible text, that's the sales hub. That means currently it is clicking on the sales hub. So in our case, what we will do is we will click on this particular service, that is a model, different model. So in your case, there might be different applications or the CRM application. If you wanted to click on that, so you need to specify the visible text, that's the link text. So in our case, we will click on the customer service hub. So that's it, guys. So I'll copy this link text so that after logging in into the CRM application, it will select the CRM service hub. Simply I'll paste it as of now. So already here it is already provided. You can directly use this particular string so that this will be fetched from your project and directly it will click on that particular CRM application. So just for the demo purpose, I'm modifying to the same thing for the sales. You can modify this variable name, and this variable name can be provided in this particular script, line number 29. Okay, guys. So in the first line number 27, it will log in into the CRM application, and in the second line, that's the line number 29, it will click on the any of the CRM application. And the third line, simply it goes to the accounts entity. So that means here you are seeing the accounts entity. It will click on this accounts entity, and after that, it is going to click on the new. That means the command bar. So click is a method. So whatever the link text or a visible text you provide here, so it will simply click on that particular button. So in our case, so simply it is clicking on this particular new button. If you want to click on this delete, so simply you mention here the delete, pass the value as a delete, so it will click on the delete button. And similarly, if you want to refresh this page, you can pass the refresh as a text in this particular command, that is xrm app.command bar.click command. And at the end, so this is one of the text box, that is our name. That means we are entering after clicking on this new button. So simply we are providing some random name here and we are clicking on the save button. So if you go to this script, so here we are entering some random string, then we are saving the record, right, guys? So what we will do now, so we have modified this different CRM application after logging in into the CRM app. We have provided the different CRM application name so that it will click on that particular application. Then, so as usual, let it click on the accounts tab. After that, it will click on the new. Then it is setting some value and it is saving the record. So that's it, guys. So what we will do, so far we have made one changes, that is selecting the different CRM application. So in your case, if it's a different name, you can directly go ahead and create the variable and pass that variable over here. That's it. So we will do another change here, guys. The change is we will enter something in this particular text box, that is a phone text box. So let us analyze the Xpath which is written for this particular text box, that is the account name. So you need to remember one class name called app element reference. So this particular class exists under the Microsoft.Dynamics365.UI Automation.API.UCI. Under this project, we have a class called AppElementReference.cs. If you open this particular class, based on the functionality, they have created couple of classes. So this is nothing but nested classes. We have the app reference as a one class. Under that, we have the application class, navigation class. So based on the functionality, they have created the objects. So if I come down, all these are the objects based on the functionality: multi-select, global search. So like this, here also they have created another class, dialogues. Under that also they have mentioned different classes based on the functionality. So this is nothing but our nested class they have used. And then if you come down here, so there you see the Xpath. So Xpath for the each element. So Microsoft team has written the generic Xpath, so that can be used across the CRM applications. So let us analyze the Xpath which is written for the entering the data in this account name field. So I will go to this particular class, that's a create account, and now I will go to the set value. So this is where we are entering the data in the account name field. So I'll go to this set value. So if you see here, so entity type they have mentioned, form context type is entity type, and based on this only, so execution will be driving. So I'll go to this set value method now. So here, so we have the field and we have the value, what value we have to enter and where we have to enter, and here form context, that is nothing but the entity. In the entity we are entering the value in this particular field. So from in this particular method we will get to know, if I go to this validate form context, simply it is returning as the web element, right? So as the form context type is entity type, so here you can see quick create, entity, and business process flow, enter, XYZ. So ours is a form context type is entity type, right? So if I go down here, finally it will return the web element type. So if I go right side, so here you will see this is the web element there. So they are referring this particular web element, so that is nothing but the string. After that they are replacing this particular, under the square bracket they have mentioned it as a name. So this particular thing is replaced by field value. That means if I go to the create account, so this particular value is replaced for the square bracket name. So let us go to this text field container. So this is the object. I'll copy this object name and I'll search for this object. So let me copy this whole XPath. So this is generically written for the handling the text box in the CRM application. So I'll go to the web page now. So let us try to identify the account name field. Then finally we will identify the phone text field. So I will right click on this and I'll do inspect. Here I'll say, I'll specify here as a name. So in this particular string we are replacing name in the square bracket with the just name. So why we are entering the name, right? So I hope you got it. So just let me recopy the string. What is the string we are using? So if you see the script guys in this particular class, so in the web client.cs, so simply they are replacing this with the whatever the field value. In our case, field value is, we go to the create accounts. So here you are seeing the field name. This is a field, so you need to enter this particular string. So let us go to the again application now. Here I'll say find. So let us remove this backward slash. Specify, and that's it. So here I'll replace this particular name with the just name. So I have not copied the full XPath. Let me copy once again. In the app element reference.cs. So I need to copy this whole Xpath, guys. So just copy the whole Xpath. After copying it, simply paste it here. We'll replace this particular name with the name, whatever the value we have, sorry, field name we have. Right, it is highlighting the account name field, guys. If you look at this one, it is highlighting the account name field, whole field name, and as well as the text box. So after identifying this web element, right, so if I go back in this particular example, in this particular text box, whatever we are trying to achieve, I'll go back here, and finally it is returning as a web element type. Then let's go once again. So here it will returns the final web element. So again here we are trying to identify whether this has an input tag. If yes, then only it will come here, and if this particular web element is having the input tag, and it will simply execute set input value method, where you are passing the driver object and input as an element and value, what value you want to enter. Then it simply clears that whatever the text, and it will click on that and simply presses the some of the keys, that is a control A and then backspace, then finally it will enter the value. So this is all about the text box, how it is exactly identifying the element and entering the value in the text box. So similarly, we will identify the phone text box, and we will enter some numeric value in this particular text box. So let us inspect this particular text box now. So if I go up, okay guys, so this is a div tag. Under div tag, so what they are doing is, so they are using they have written the Xpath in such a way that, so they are using the ID. So if this particular ID has whatever the some partial value, then you perform the action on that particular element. So Microsoft team has written an Xpath in such a way that generically this particular text box can be identified. So in our case, when we have the ID, this particular div tag is having the ID, and followed by, at the end you will see that till this is random numbers, and after that there is a field name. So it has a field name called telephone, and followed by the field section item container. Here you can see that field section item container. So only every time in the every text box, this particular value is getting changed, guys. So in this case it is a telephone 1. So simply we will pass it that value. It is identifying that particular text box, right? So that's the reason what we will do. Simply we'll pass this telephone 1 in the set value. Go to the create accounts. So I'll copy this particular line, because as we are performing action on the text box. So here what I will do, I will paste that telephone 1. I'll copy that value telephone 1, and I will paste it here. Then after that, simply I will enter some numeric values in that phone text box. That's it, guys. So we have modified our script with respect to the first one is we are selecting the different CRM application. Then after that it is going to the account section, and it is going to click on new. Then it is entering some value in the account name. Then after that we are entering some value in the phone text box. Then we are finally saving the record. That's it. Let's execute this script. Let me go to the test explorer. Now you can see here, so our Edge browser got launched now. Now it has entered the username and password. So in my case, guys, I have not enabled MFA secret key. So if MFA got enabled for my user account, so every time I need to enter the OTP, which I got in the Authenticator app. If you look at here, right, guys, now it has to click on this customer service hub. So after selecting that one, so in the home screen, you will be able to see that customer service hub here. So now customer service hub got displayed, and also it has refreshed the page. Now it is clicked on the accounts entity. Now it will click on the new button. So EasyRepro Automation Framework is very dynamic, guys. So it will identify the element properly and it will perform the action without failing the script because of the sync issues. Now it is entered something on the account name. Then if you can see in the phone also, it has entered the some value whatever we have provided in the script. And finally it has saved the script, guys. So that's all I have in this session. Let me summarize what we have discussed in the today's EasyRepro Automation Framework tutorial. The first one is what is a file? You need to update it when you are executing it, when you are executing your script from the CICD pipeline. That's in the Azure DevOps folder. You need to modify the EasyRepro.runsettings file. And second thing I have discussed is about the MFA secret key. So how to generate the MFA secret key, where to specify that MFA secret key. And third thing I have discussed is how to select the different CRM application. And fourth thing I have discussed is how to handle the text box and how to get this, especially the field and how to specify, how to get the field name, then specify the value, and after that we are saving the record. So that's all I have in this session. In the upcoming session, I'll discuss about how to handle the lookups, drop downs, and how to deal with the selecting the different forms. And also I'll discuss about how to perform the data driven testing, how to assign the priority for your test case, and how to group your test cases. So many more things I'll discuss in the upcoming tutorial of EasyRepro Automation Framework. If you have any queries, you can comment in the comment section, guys. If you like this video, you can click on the like and also subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial.